Well, we also want to play this clip. Now, if you have kids at home that are watching, get them out of the room because this is very offensive. You have the comedian Michelle Wolf, who spoke at the White House Correspondents' Dinner a few months back, and she is giving her own version of this patriotic salute amid the media's Supreme Court hysteria by saying, I didn't want to say it, I'm going to let her say it. Listen to this and then we'll get your reaction.
A new conservative Supreme Court justice might vote to overturn Roe v. Wade, and what do liberals care about the most? Abortion. Remember when liberals used to fight for safe, legal, but rare abortions? That's not what they do anymore. Now liberals celebrate and salute abortion on demand. This was infamous White House Correspondents' Dinner comedian Michelle Wolf. Remember her? She's back again. Take a look.
Women, if you need an abortion, get one! If you want an abortion, get one! Women, don't forget, you have the power to give life, and men will try to control that. Don't let them! God bless abortions, and God bless America!
Well, on the latest episode of her Netflix show, Wolf held what you might call a pretty bizarre celebration for, as you suggested a moment ago, abortion. Watch.
Abortion, I salute you! If you're not pregnant, but you think you eventually might be and want to order a future abortion, get one!
That is so morally bereft. It is so morally empty and insane that it makes you think that a lot of these folks have decided that abortion is not something that ought to be avoided if possible, even if you believe in it, but that abortion is actually a sacrament, that it's a sign of bravery, that it's a sign of something good. You're a better person, not only if you support abortion, but if you've had one because you stood up to the patriarchy. Well, if you see the snuffing out of an incipient human life as something that is affirmatively good, I would say that you are bordering on or in the midst of a deep bout of evil.
God bless abortions? Can you get more depraved than that? Actually, Michelle, if you want to talk about this from a God perspective, since you brought it up, God says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. But at least Michelle Wolf is being honest, right? She loves abortion, as ghoulish and disgusting and anti-woman as that is. At least she is shameless enough to say what she means. Case in point, Michelle Wolf again.
Look, access to abortion is good and important. Some people say abortion is killing a baby. It's not. It's stopping a baby from happening.
No, Michelle, scientifically, life begins at conception. Don't believe me? Look it up for yourself in medical school textbooks, or look on our government's National Institute of Health website. Even Planned Parenthood, who commits 300,000 abortions every single year, said on a pamphlet of theirs that abortion ends a human life before it begins.
And I think that they are so resistant to the idea that the science is now showing earlier and earlier how much a baby looks like a baby in the womb, that they've decided it's important to come out and actually champion sin as opposed to suggesting that sin ought to be legal. And again, I think that it's the original position I think was unsustainable. This is a more honest position, but is also a much more evil position.
In fact, she went on in that monologue and said, quote, some people say abortion is killing a baby. It's not. It's stopping a baby from happening.
Well, some people say Michelle Wolf is killing comedy, but she's actually just stopping comedy from happening.
What do we want? Yeah. What do we want?
Equality!
What do we want? Yeah.
So you can see, look, they're pulling it together. What's your reaction?
Well, you know, I used to organize things like that. I was the president of National Organization for Women in Los Angeles. My activism actually began with abortion rights way back in the 80s. And one of my big fights with the left was that they really didn't want to solve problems because the problems like this, abortion rights, raise too much money. So when I see this, I realize that
they want the fight to drag on.
They want the fight to drag on. There's ways that Americans can be able to come together when it comes to issues of privacy, the chant used to be making abortion safe, illegal, safe, and rare, right? And of course now that's even changing to a degree. There's some who are trying to make this a romantic or exciting or heroic thing.
And then we have some people who claim that when we conservatives mess with social issues, we lose, and therefore it would be a big mistake to overturn Roe v. Wade. Not even kinda true. Actually, civilizations fall when we neglect to mess with social issues. The backbone of our nation is social issues, the family, those less fortunate, protecting the right to life, you know, taking care of people who are vulnerable and can't defend themselves. When we don't do that, nobody wins, we all lose. And if all we're thinking about is winning the fight and we're ignoring what we're fighting for, then what are we even doing? I can tell you what I'm doing, and I hope that you will join me. I am standing up for the right of all people to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, even if it doesn't make me look cool. And I hope that's what President Trump's new Supreme Court justice does too. It is worth the fight.
4th of July, American Independence Day, a time for barbecue, fireworks, and celebrating the old stars and stripes.
America, God shed His grace on thee.
But is the patriotic impulse dying among Americans? A new poll shows that not all Americans are swelling with national pride. The poll indicates that less than half of Americans actually say that they're extremely proud of their country.
Now we look so bad and poor towards other countries who are looking towards us and saying that we look so separated now instead of being united.
It used to be that once a year Americans put aside their political differences and marched behind the American flag as one on Independence Day. However, this year it seems that partisan political differences are impacting how Americans feel about the festivities.
It's a music video from an Indianapolis gospel group is back on Facebook tonight after the social media giant took it down because they thought it was too political.
People crying, longing for peace.
What heaven would look like is from Zion's Joy. That video includes scenes from those deadly protests that took place in Charlottesville, Virginia. Facebook's new algorithm flagged this video as political content and took it down.
That was kind of shocking to us to, have it taken down when we knew it was speaking to so many people. It makes people think, too. It's a thinking kind of a song.
We had countless numbers of people who left messages and talked of how the song really ministered to them.
Last night, Facebook sent an apology to that group and restored the video to their page. They're glad they can continue spreading their message of unity.
By the end of this year, by the way, we're going to have more than 20,000 people working on security and content review, working across all these things. So when content gets flagged to us, we have those people look at it, and if it violates our policies, then we take it down. Some problems lend themselves more easily to AI solutions than others. So hate speech is one of the hardest, because determining if something is hate speech is very linguistically nuanced.
Mark Zuckerberg testified on Capitol Hill about how his company, Facebook, flags hateful and inappropriate posts, but have they made the appropriate changes? Earlier this week, a small-town newspaper posted an excerpt of the Declaration of Independence, and Facebook flagged it as hate speech before eventually restoring it. In a similar case, the gospel group Zion's Joy posted this video to its Facebook page for a new song titled, "What Would Heaven Look Like?" Listen.
What would it look like? If we can hate our absence, and peace our presence. Tell me, what would heaven feel like?
So the video was flagged on Facebook for, quote, political content and taken down. The social media giant has since apologized to the group, saying, quote, "We made an error by deleting the original post." Tell me a little bit about the song, the message you were trying to convey, and how surprised you were that it was taken down by Facebook.
Yes, this song is about love. It's about unity and it's about hope. So we were incredibly shocked when Facebook came and took this song, this message that so needs to be heard right now down. We just couldn't believe it.
A Nashville country-based band says Facebook prevented it from promoting its new patriotic song, flagging it as political content.
Don't care. Earlier this week, the West Cook Band releasing their song, "I Stand for the Flag."
I stand for the flag, and the flag stands for all of us.
The group says they tried to promote that music video using Facebook's paid boost tool. They say Facebook denied their request, citing political content.
We would like to make the argument that our song is patriotic and not political, and that those two things should never be lumped in together.
Band members discussing the situation on Fox News in New York City this morning.
I was upset by it more than anything else, just because we're trying to spread a message of positivity. We wanted this song to be heard by as many people as possible, and we were willing to pay for it, and that wasn't allowed.
Nashville-based music publicist Zach Farnham says this situation represents a divisive political climate.
We live in a very tough political climate right now, and it's hard, I think, for country artists to voice their opinions in a way that's accepted by the mass public, I guess.
Does the stars and stripes mean so much more?
This is a song of pro-America, love your country. We want everybody to see this because we feel like it can do some genuine good in the world and really help heal our country in a way that maybe nothing else can.
I stand for showing kindness, treating everyone with love. Be proud of who you are. Don't forget where you came from. 'Cause the stars and stripes mean so much more than that old piece of cloth on your grandma's porch. It gave us that American dream to be anything that we want to be. And it don't matter where you are, from a one-room church to an uptown bar. Don't care if you're black or white or who you love. So I stand for the flag, and the flag damn sure stands for all of us.